Is this you trying to fix your shoulder pain or rehab a patient with rotator cuff related shoulder pain? In this video, we'll explain why this exercise is not sufficient to improve shoulder pain and present you with our 5 favorite exercises for rehab.
Check out our online courses now. The link is in the video description.
Hi and welcome back to Physiotutors. In our practice, we are seeing many patients with rotator cuff related shoulder pain who have been treated by other healthcare providers without success that come to us for a second opinion. When asked about their rehab program, they often show us external and internal rotation exercises. Most of the time, external shoulder rotations are prescribed in an attempt to isolate the supraspinatus and infraspinatus muscles, and internal rotations are given in order to work on the subscapularis muscle. However, Berthier et al. In the year 2009 found that external rotations activate the trapezius muscles to the same degree and the deltoids to a lower degree as well. In general, there is nothing wrong with this exercise in the early rehab phase, but we often see 4 problems. Number 1, it's a very dull and boring exercise, especially if you have to do it for weeks or months. Number 2, patients try to load up the exercise and don't perform it properly anyways. Number 3, this is a low load exercise for the rotator cuff and it's not sufficient for patients who need to sustain high loads on their shoulders. And number 4, this exercise has almost no transfer to activities and movements that patients really struggle with, which are usually overhead activities like taking a cup from a cupboard or throwing a ball. So how can we do better? At first sight, it makes sense to want to isolate certain muscles to work on them specifically. But why not include compound exercises that are more progressive and more fun and also mimic the demands of the patients in their daily life or sport? A study by Vatanapa et al. In the year 2011 showed that the supraspinatus and infraspinatus are activated to a high degree when your shoulder is moved into flexion. At the same time, shoulder extension recruits the upper and lower part of the subscapularis to a high degree. In case you want to recruit all 4 muscles of the rotator cuff, you would need to perform shoulder abduction. This opens way more opportunities for rehab than just doing our shoulder rotations. The following exercises are our 5 favorite exercises for rotator cuff related shoulder pain. Number 1, lateral raises. Lateral raises are probably the best exercise for the rotator cuff. This exercise activates all 4 rotator cuff muscles as well as 9 other muscles such as the traps, the deltoids and the serratus anterior, so you get more bang for your buck. Littlewood in 2014 showed that self-managed lateral raises were equally good as standard physiotherapy treatment for rotator cuff tendinopathy. On top of that, it's very easy to progress and can be done with equipment every patient has at home. Number 2, wall slides with or without an elastic band. Wall slides are a great way to reintroduce overhead movement that is generally challenging for patients with rotator cuff related shoulder pain. The support by the wall reduces the momentum and thus load on the cuff. At the same time, they target basically all scapular muscles, so again, you get a lot of bang for your buck. Additionally, the external shoulder rotators can be challenged by adding a yellow thorough loop. Furthermore, patients also work on their thoracic extension in a very top position. Exercise number 3, push-ups. Push-ups are essentially a shoulder flexion exercise. So they put a high load on the supraspinatus and infraspinatus muscle. There is no need for equipment and everyone knows how to do them. You can easily progress them from wall push-ups to incline push-ups against the kitchen table or bench, to push-ups on your knees, to regular push-ups. For the motivated folks, you could even move on to explosive push-ups, decline push-ups off a box, preacher push-ups or one-handed push-ups. They're also easy to keep up for a patient at home as part of the exercise or prehab routine. Number 4, dumbbell presses. Dumbbell or barbell presses are great mid and late stage rehab exercise to work on overhead strength as soon as pain allows. You can start with dumbbell presses on the floor to limit shoulder extension and when overhead work is still too challenging. Then slowly progress towards a vertical movement again. You can even introduce perturbations in form of upside down kettlebells or by adding chains or wobbly weights to a barbell. And number 5, ball throws and catches. Ball throws and catches are a great way to work on eccentric strength for overhead athletes. Start with a light weight on a treatment bench on your own. Then progress to heavier items thrown by a partner. There you have it. These are our 5 favorite exercises for rotator cuff related shoulder pain. What exercise is your favorite and which exercise did we miss that should have made it into the top 5? We're curious about your opinion. With all exercises, make sure your patient can perform them with tolerable pain. Ideally, have them perform 3 sets and reps close to fatigue. If they experience an increase in pain more than 24 hours later, modify the exercise or decrease exercise intensity or volume to a level that the patient does not have a pain reaction lasting longer than 24 hours. Alright, so we hope we could provide you with some inspiration to make your shoulder rehab more exciting and targeted towards patient goals. Thanks a lot for watching and make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to our channel to be notified of future videos and head over to physiotutors.com for more content. If you really want to take your shoulder rehab up to another level, check out our shoulder courses by Philip Strauss and Andrew Cuff on study.physiotutors.com. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.